judge this media.
Ngiyavolunteer ukuthi ngibe la namhlanje because abantu abaningi elokishini abazi next ngale study lesi, so umuntu uzokutshela ukuthi labantu laba bangifika lapha bayofika bangiteste bangifake something like i-corona, sizokwazi like izinto eziningi ngayo lento le ukuthi kuyenzakala ini na in future ukuthi le corona le izoba iphelile or kanjani. Always looking at the TV and people are lying in their caskets, as in like their ends there, but then it's not, we don't feel good because like some other time it can be someone in our families or in our neighbors which is infected with this virus.
To be the part of the volunteer because I want to help the country. Yes, then they can make sure that the vaccine is really and is work properly.
What is now going to happen is that these 8 participants form part of what is known as Group 1, which is a group where it's a small group of 50 individuals where we're trying to understand 2 important issues. The first issue is the safety of the vaccine, especially in terms of what will be common side effects, and the second issue is how well their body mounts an immune response against the vaccine. So for all of these participants, the 2,000, they will be randomly allocated to one of 2 groups. Half of them will receive the vaccine, the other half will receive what we call a placebo. We then follow up these participants every 2 weeks. We will basically give them a call to find out if they've got any signs or symptoms suggestive of COVID-19. If they do, then we will ask them to come back and we'll take a swab to test whether it is from the virus or not. So the end point to this entire exercise, once we get 42 subjects, 42 participants that they have developed COVID-19, and that unfortunately is a reality, irrespective of whether you're part of the vaccine study or not, people are going to get infected. We try to reduce the risk by informing them what sort of measures they need to take. At that stage, we can sort of unblind ourselves and do an analysis. And the analysis of interest to us are twofold. The first is the safety of the vaccine. We compare the 2 groups to see if there were any differences in terms of serious adverse events. And ideally that shouldn't be more in the vaccine group. That's the first part. And the second part of it is to determine what we call the efficacy of the vaccine, which means does the vaccine actually protect against COVID-19. In terms of our expectations and in terms of the rate of transmission in South Africa, we expect to reach those 42 cases round about November. We are including people living with HIV in a smaller study just to look at immune response. And by comparing the immune response to the HIV negative group and the protection that the vaccine confers in the HIV negative group, we'll be able to make an imputation as to what to expect in people with HIV in terms of protection.
I'm excited that we are the first clinic to do the administration, and we are having that hope that it will be successful and it will be a good thing for our country. I'm staying with my mother. She is proud of me even though she's just scared.